get you some. Oh, yeah. Mate, it's lucky she can cook. Wow! G'day lovelies, welcome back. Today we are making soda bread. I'll write the recipe below the video in the description as always. First thing we need to do is preheat our ovens at 210 degrees Celsius. We need a baking tray with some baking paper. Into a large bowl we want 3.5 cups of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we want 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda, also known as baking soda. Now at this point, if you're not diabetic, you can add 2 teaspoons of sugar. At this point you can add half a cup of nuts or dried fruit, or you can do both. You just want to chop them really small. Add them now. Now we want to mix it all together. Now we want to get 30 grams of butter and we want to chop it really small because it makes it easier. Stick it all in there. So we just want to squeeze it all and rub it all through and just keep doing it until we can't see any more butter. Once we've done that, just stick a hole in the middle and set it aside for a minute. Now into a jug we want to put 1.5 cups of buttermilk and 1 egg, and then we want to whisk it up. Once we put the milk to the flour, we have to do everything pretty quick because of the reaction between the buttermilk and the bicarb. We also don't want to open the door during cooking if you want a really nice crust. So now we pour the milk and egg in, buttermilk and egg in, and with the handle of a spoon or whatever, we want to mix it through to get it to that sticky dough. Okay, once it's all coming off the sides, now all we're doing is we're pouring the flour around the edges and a bit over the top, and all we want to do is just keep doing this until we can get it into a ball that stays together without kneading. Once we've got it where we can pick it up in one go, we now want to put it on our baking tray with baking paper. This doesn't take long to make, so make sure you preheat your oven a good 20 minutes before you start, so it's at the 210 when we chuck it in. Now we just want to dust it with a little bit of plain flour. Now with the back of the knife, we want to place a cross in it, and this is to bless the bread. Alright, so I grabbed a chopstick. I'm just going to dip it in some flour. So what we want to do now is we want to poke a hole in all 4 corners of the bread. This is to release the fairies and stop them from cursing the bread. Now with a little bit of the buttermilk left in the bottom of the jug, you always get a tiny bit, we want to rub it over. Now we want to bang it in the oven for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes we want to turn it down to 200 degrees and keep baking. So 15 minutes at 210 and then 20 minutes exactly at 200. Oh mate, the fairies were kind. So to know it's ready, you flick it at the bottom and you can hear the hollow. It's not as hollow as damper, but you can definitely hear it. So the 2 best ways to eat it is either hot from the oven or the next day sliced for toast. You want to leave it covered at room temperature and it will last up to 4 days. You can freeze it for up to 3 weeks. Well, there you have it, lovelies, a simple soda bread. I tried it, mate, it's different, but it's absolutely beautiful. I did sneak a couple of teaspoons of sugar in. Give it a crack, your whole family is going to love it. I hope this was an easy enough recipe for your mum. Give it a recipe with much love from Aussie Girl. Shazza, thank you so much for sharing your recipe and all your insights. Love you to bits. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you all next week. Toodles.